Yo, what's up YouTube? This is Mary Walker here, back again with another video. This video I wanted to just talk about kind of a very response to a YouTuber who I dearly admire, Brotherworthy. He did a video on Zelda games being realistic versus being cartoony. How people, talk, a lot of junk about Wind Waker and Skyward Sword because those games were cartoony, but yet people were praising Twilight Princess for being realistic and stuff like that. Oh, it's the best Zelda game ever, or it's the best Zelda game since Ocarina of Time. People still, there are a lot of Ocarina of Time fanboys, but there are people who much rather play Twilight Princess than Wind Waker or Skyward Sword. And which kind of lead me to this topic right here, Kiddy Vs Chlidlike, because there are a lot of games. There are a lot of games, that are, that many people would consider kiddie, but they really aren't kiddie. Like, we got and a good example of that is Mario. Mario games. Mario games still to this day hold up pretty well. Even the original Mario game, Super Mario Brothers on the NES, still holds up pretty well for its time. The game came out in 1985. The game was almost 30 years old. Like, in 2015, I bet Nintendo's going to do a huge celebration, for the NES because, just how far they came since then. And Mario is the reason why, and Mario is the big reason why Nintendo's where they at now. And Mario, Mario, is bigger than ever, but a lot of gamers, a lot of people who grew up on Mario are called a kiddie now because it's cartoon, because they see like games like Grand Theft Auto, what else? Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, and they look at those games like, man, those games are mature. They got guns, they got blood, they got cursing. But I look at Mario games, they ain't like, man, Mario got none of that. Mario's just an Italian dude running and jumping, saving the Princess Peach. That's how they view Mario games, and it's sad that a lot of adults think like that. A lot of adults still have that that teenager high school mentality to where anything childlike is considered, kiddie. And that's why I like James Butterworth, because he is the most childlike, mature person I ever seen on YouTube. Like, he's very, he doesn't care what people think about him. He's very reserved. He's very passionate. He's very when he does, he's very outspoken, very very calm, very respectful, but at the same time, he knows how to have fun. He knows how to geek out, and that's why I respect him so much. I love the dude, and the reason why I like him so much because, like, he did a Q&A video back in March, and he said something that really changed my perspective on life. It really changed my life. I asked him when Nintendo started being labeled kiddie, and he said, well, that's bullcrap, because there's this between something being kiddie and something being childlike. And I was like, man, like, nobody ever told me that. Nobody ever told me that. That really hit me. Like, it really hit me, and it really impacted me in such a way because, like, growing up, I always felt that, I was, behind my generation because I was too clumsy. I was too, I wasn't very outgoing. I was not social. I was very, quirky. I was very, I liked reading books, but at the same time, I spoke slang. I was always a misfit growing up. I always felt like, people always told me to be yourself, but at the same time, when I be myself, I'm like, I'm always considered an outcast. I always get a lot of, I always get a lot of backlash because, because I'm different than because I was always different. I grew up different. I was born different. My brain works different. But anyway, that's why I like James Butterworth, because he knows what it's like to be different, and he knows what it's like to be different. I told him things that I don't tell a lot of people in real life. So that really is saying something right there. Because James Butterworth, like, he's a YouTuber, but he's very transparent. He's very transparent, very understanding. I love his personality. He's very funny, very intelligent. Just a good dude, just a good all around dude. Like, I like it. I like him. So you know so doing this video, doing this video is definitely is 100% inspired by him, because I get, because like, I got family members, I got peers, I got family members and friends who all they play is 2K, Madden, Call of Duty, Battlefield. Like, that's all they talk about. You don't hear about Zelda. You don't hear about them talking about like, even team rating games don't even get that much credit as they used to. Like, there hasn't been a lot of team rating games in the last 5 or 6 years or so. Like, back in the 6th generation, early 7th generation, you had a lot of team rating games that are really mainstream. But now it's just M-rated games that people want to talk about. I mean, it's not just M-rated games people want to talk about. And that's really sad. Like, people can't enjoy games because of the rating, because they feel like they become a man child and this, that, and whatever. When I was a kid, I always thought games that were kitty or games like Sesame Street, Dora, games that had a rated early childhood, because you had a lot of those games back in the day. I mean, back in like PS1, PS2, Wii days. I mean, the Wii was perfect. I mean, Wii was like the last console to really have rated early childhood games. So which is kind of good, because it was kind of good because nobody really bought those games. I mean, now parents like their 3-year-olds play Call of Duties and stuff, so there's really no point of Dory games and Sesame Street games being on the market. But still, like, no 8-year-old, no 5-year-old should be playing Call of Duty. Like, when I was a kid, my mom was too old. My mom was very old school. She didn't know anything about modern technology. She understood that some games are just not appropriate for me. So that's why I spent most of my childhood playing cartoony adventure style games, like Mario, Spyro. That's why I'm a huge fan of platformers, because they're very